Tonight, I want you to picture a room with no clocks, because if you can't see the time, you stop trusting it. It's late, the kind of late where the house makes noises you swear it never makes in the daytime. A pipe ticks, a floorboard complains, and the air feels thicker, like it's holding its breath. Now imagine a candle on a table, one flame, one small circle of light, surrounded by a whole lot of dark. And in the middle of that table, flat, innocent, almost childish, a board, letters, numbers. Yes, no, goodbye. And a little pointer that looks like a toy, a Ouija board. Most people think it's a game, a party trick, something teenagers pull out at a sleepover when they want to feel brave. But the Ouija board didn't start as a joke. It was born in the Victorian era, when death wasn't hidden away behind hospital curtains and polite silence. Back then, death lived in the house, people died young, illness moved fast, grief moved in and never left. And the Victorians, obsessed with the afterlife, wanted answers. Spiritualism exploded, seances became entertainment, mediums became celebrities, and then someone had a brilliant idea. What if you could sell the seance? What if you could put the other side in a box and ship it to anyone with a spare table and a curious mind? That's how the talking board became a product, a parlor novelty, a Victorian shortcut to the unknown. And here's the part people forget. Even back then, it came with warnings, not printed on the box, not in bold letters, but in stories of people who didn't just play, they invited. Because that's the real hook, isn't it? The Ouija board doesn't feel like you're doing anything dangerous. You're not breaking a law, you're not climbing a fence, you're not even leaving your house. You're just asking a question, and the board makes it feel polite. Is anyone there? Can you hear us? What's your name? Simple, harmless. But here's the rule nobody follows. You don't get to choose who answers. And that's where the urban legends begin. There's one story that gets told in different places, with different names, but the same bones. A group of friends, a quiet night, a board pulled out like a dare. They laugh at first, because nothing happens. Then the planchette moves, just a little, a nudge, a drift, and everybody freezes, because suddenly the joke has teeth. They ask the usual questions. They get the usual answers. Yes, no, maybe. And then someone asks the question they shouldn't. Not, who are you? Not, when did you die? No. They ask, can you prove you're real? And the candle flickers. Not like a draft, not like a weak flame, like something breathed on it. The room drops cold. The kind of cold that doesn't touch your skin first, it touches your stomach. They laugh again, but it's thinner now, forced. So they push it. Are you a good spirit? The planchette slides to no so fast it almost tips. And that's when the board stops feeling like a game, because the next thing it spells isn't an answer. It's a sentence. Let me in. Now, listen carefully. This is where every scary story splits into two types of people. The ones who stop and the ones who keep going. Because curiosity is a hunger, and fear doesn't always kill hunger. So they ask, where are you? The planchette moves, standing in the corner, and the room goes silent. No laughing now. And the slow, horrible awareness that there is a corner in the room that none of them have looked at properly since they started. Someone says, stop, say goodbye. But another person says, it's just our hands. And that's the lie the Ouija board loves most, because it gives you a way to explain it. They look at the corner. Nothing. Just shadow. But the candle flame bends toward it, like it's being pulled. They ask one last question. What do you want? And the planchette drags itself across the board, heavy and deliberate, like it's carving the words into the wood. Not the board, the door. And then the planchette stops, dead still, like whatever was moving it has finished speaking. That's the moment people always remember. Not the movement, not the letters, the feeling. Like the room is no longer theirs, like they've done something simple and irreversible. Because the darkest idea behind the Ouija board isn't that it summons demons. It's worse than that. It's that it trains you to invite the unknown, to treat the unseen like entertainment, to open something, just to see what happens. And whether you believe in spirits or not, that's a dangerous habit. Because some doors don't look like doors. Sometimes they look like a board game on a table, a candle, a laugh, a dare, and one polite question. Is anyone there? So here's the campfire rule, the midnight rule. If you ever sit at a table like that and you feel the air change, don't argue, don't negotiate, don't try to be brave. End it. Say goodbye. Blow out the candle. And don't look into the corner on your way out, because if the story is true, the Ouija board doesn't bring something to you. It shows something where you already are, and once you've noticed it, it gets easier for it to notice you back. If you've ever heard a Ouija story that still makes your skin crawl, drop it in the comments. And if you want more urban legends, ghost stories, and midnight tales, subscribe. Because next time, we're talking about the one place you should never whistle at night.